Good morning. Generally, I stay away from red circles like that. I'll do that before I start. I have my life hailing from parts of Bollywood, so the censor board has taught me a lot of things. I'll follow them. And then when I was leaving for this talk, my mom called and she told, "Do you have a checklist, speaker's checklist?" I said, "No." She told, "I'm going to send it to you." I said, "Don't send, I'll make it." She said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes." So I made one. Am I? Yes, organized it? Yes, okay. I couldn't find a man's perfume, bought Chanel charms, so that's okay. There are no lights here. They knew I'm going to do this. It's also by design. And then you move forward. Okay. This is not supposed to be there. This is also not supposed to be there. Now I'll take you to how it started and how yesterday sir was talking and I got the word, especially from you sir, the entrepreneur sale of the college. I was an entrepreneur when I was in the 5th standard. You know how? Well, listen to the story. My dad is a banker and he had principles. In India, fortunately or unfortunately, we know only 2 careers. Engineer and doctor. Thank you. So, while I was in the hospital, my career was tagged. Engineer. Fantastic. I never did it. Yeah, I'm a little scared of engineers. I stay a little away from there. In 5th standard, my dad went to his bank and I had a stack of comics. Archie's, Tintin, Hindi comics like Pinky, Bablu, Chadha Chaudhary, Nagaraj and Dhruv, Super Commando, everything. I told Amit, let's do one thing. Let's start a business. This was in 5th standard. Like what? Now, our house was on the main road in a beautiful city of Jodhpur in Rajasthan. I belong to a Marwari family. Business comes in DNA. So my dad left and I said, this is the right time. Let's do one thing. I called my servant. The string that you put the clothes on, get me that. He said, why? I said, just get me that. Outside the house, on the main road, at the footpath, I tied the string to the trees and opened my comic store. Neighbor saw, called my dad. What's happening? My dad left his work, came back. The car stopped before the gate of the house. He got out of the car before he could talk. And I got a big lecture. This is an elite society. There are people around us. You're not supposed to do this. And then he saw the board. English was also not good. 1 comic 50 paisa, 2 comic 2 rupees. Now I still have that board with me. I was very angry. I wanted to be a businessman. Why did my dad slap me? And then, like the Imran Hashmi of Once Upon a Time in Mumbai, I started counting slaps. I said, one day will come, I'll take the revenge. Next day, the day came. My dad left for work again. I called my servant. Let's play a game. He said, which game? Thief and Police. One of the most popular games in India. Obviously, I was a smart cookie. I told him, I'll be the police. I tied him on the tree. Took some cash from the home, and I ran away. That was the first day I left my house. My dad almost got a cardiac attack. My mom was crying. I didn't return for 2 days. I was upset. I wanted to do great things in life. Imagine it. Go back and see. 5th standard, age to run away from house. I came back in 2 days. You know why? Money got over. So it's the most sensible thing. I could have gone to a rehab, but at that time, rehab was not even a word in my dictionary. So I told, let me go back home. And then I went, there were cops and a lot of other people, everybody crying. And when they saw me, they were extremely happy. I felt a little pricey in life. In 9th standard, I ran again. This time, I was out of the house for 4 hours and I had a mobile phone, a Motorola. It was bigger than my shoes. Outgoing call 16 rupees, incoming call 8 rupees a minute that time. Nobody called me for 4 hours. Anxiety. 8 hours, nobody called me. The day passed, nobody called me. Next day I get a message. I hope you are okay outside. My first job as a radio jockey. The design came in my mind. I thought, this is the best profession. Amit, you speak, you talk. Mom told shut up. Principal told shut up. All the teachers told shut up. My principal and me, we had an understanding in the school. Whenever he comes to take the class, one of us will go out of the class. Most of the times it was me. All the times it was me. So I won't go into that story. It will take longer and then time is limited. I became a radio jockey. And then I thought, what's so different in being a radio jockey? At that time, a popular radio channel in India, or only channel, was All India Radio. And the radio jockeys were literally recruited from a retired cell of either Indian Army or some, and they used to speak like this. That's when we changed the idea of the radio and we thought, how does this actually get in that soldier's life? Can it? The answer I got was no. The design came in mind. Let me tell you, all of you sitting here is a designer. Agree? Yes. We design our curriculum, design our life, we design how to bunk. Which is also a fantastic design. I see very less of that in college. I also lecture sometimes in this college. So we thought, let's make radio realistic for people. And then we started talking in the way that I get you literally in my talk. How? You have been listening to RJ, and it is morning 7 o'clock with a nice white coffee cup in your hand. Now realize 10 million people in Delhi, 1 million will be listening to the show. At least 100,000 will have a white coffee cup in their hand. They are in my show. That's when we got this change. They felt it. See, the change is just 1%, but still it's 100,000. By design, thing works. I make people happy on the radio. Good. You do reality shows and make people happy. Very good. Do they remain happy? The answer is no. That's when I decided to do a 360-degree radical change in my career, ended up as a psychologist now in front of you. Can you design the dynamics of the emotional dynamics of your family? Look at this classic example that my dad did. When I was 6 years old, he called me. I said, yes. He told Amit, choose your surname. Exactly. I was in a typical Anupam Kher reaction. Ah! I thought something is wrong with my dad. He's not going to retire. There is age left. Yeah? Something is wrong. Which man will say, in India, choose your surname? Now when I realize and go back to that talk, I get goosebumps. Emotional goosebumps. You know what he told me? I mean, why should a lady change her surname after marriage? Now answer this question to me. Your mom is the only girl child to a dad. A dad is a star. What happens to that family legacy? I was 6. Now when I realize, I have my eyes red over this. The way he thought, he said, let's do one thing. I said, what? Let's get your mom's name back. I said, fantastic. I took my mom's surname. My dad is not Purohit. My dad is a Bangalorean here, Bangalore University. Not even a Marwari. Yes, he's a Christian. That is a very cosmic chemistry of my family. If you get into it, you might need 6 more hours. And then we changed the design of the family and the way the family thinks. I took my mom's surname. My younger brother, who is now up in Chandigarh, does not have the same surname as I do. He went with my dad's surname. What was the result? An extremely happy mom. Extremely happy dad. The dynamics of the family changed. Who designed? My dad. So he's a designer. Let's move ahead. A few years back, I wrote a book. Now, on which subject can I write a book? Robotics? No. Engineering? No. designs, elements of machine design. No, Mr. G.V. Das is going to kill me. So I wrote a book on how to propose to a lady. Now I have a question for the audience, and I want sincere participation. Just don't say a yes or a no because I want a yes or a no. Put your hands up, especially for the men here. If I give you a statistic, 70% of the time we men propose to a lady, it's a failure. Agree? Yes. Thank you. So that's you saying yes. Let me reverse the equation. 95% of the time, a lady proposes to us. It's a yes, and a successful one. So my research is right. Now I sat down just like this. This is real, right? So and I realized, what is the reason behind this 165-degree deviance? Can we do something about it? And then I researched, took this as a subject of research while studying psychology. Spoke to a couple of men. You know what the answers that I got? She's already engaged. The most typical answer, rank one answer, she's not my type. Now, it took 6 months for me to drill down to this answer. What does this type mean? She's not my type. And then someone told me, I just can't do it. They're very sweet and innocent people. I just can't do it. So we came up with a design for this. A mathematical equation for proposals. Yes. And then the book came out, it's called Proposals and Me, and does not have a publisher. I publish it when I feel like, I sell it when I feel like. The idea was, rather than looking outside, how about looking inside? I'll give you a very small, basic example. You will realize what happens to a man, a young man, or any man, when we see a lady smiling at them. Same thing. It's like the Doom movie. Bike, she on the bike, 2 children already planned. Ladies and gentlemen, agree or disagree? Thank you, boys. Now let's change the gender here. And let's go on the other side. It's all about a smile. And we are all sweet, innocent human beings. Let's enter a lady's mind here and see, how does the design work there? What if a guy smiles at you, a stranger guy smiling at you? First you WhatsApp your boyfriend. Or you think he is the second biggest terrorist on this planet. The question is why? What has he done? You smile and he smiles, it's the same. The answer lies within. We boys forget how to smile. There is a genuine smile, and then there is a Shakti Kapoor smile. The concepts are mentioned there. And then I realized, I go to the next concept. Design. Now imagine, I will create this picture for you. I don't have pictures here. You watching on a 52-inch LED TV, India-Pakistan cricket match. 6 balls left. Virat Kohli batting. Ajmal Saeed bowling. Girlfriend not at home. Good or bad? Good. When the first ball of the over is bowled, she bumps in, dashes in right in front of the TV with the most expensive dress that she bought on your credit card, stands in front of the TV and says, "How's this dress?" Can you design something there? The best answers I got in my research was, some men get happy when they feel or make their wife feel that they are taking her for granted by telling it is amazing. It is beautiful. Now let's see, can we do some little emotional designing there? A very small example, women, don't throw your sandals right now. How about a lovely answer that we designed and it worked? All this man said in the book is, there's an awesome dress, but you know what? There's a girl sitting in the audience, they're showing her. And she's wearing the same dress, she doesn't even know how to carry that dress. And your girlfriend's like, that over is won. She sits with you peacefully, looks out for that girl, you can look at the match. So life designs are so simple. Yes? And after that, do you make up for it? Of course, yes. Take her shopping. Next chapter starts there. She keeps you in commercial street for 6 hours and says, are you tired? Can you design an answer there? Can you design this emotion? So life was like this and funny for me until I entered the field of parapsychology. Now this is going to get a little difficult, so stay with me. It pinched when I saw people spending money. I follow all religions. My family chemistry is like that. People believing in a lot of superstitions, especially in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and many other parts. Could designs of parapsychology help here? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll not go into detail of this. Parapsychology is a dangerous subject. But I will cut this off by a small 30-second story to you. What can you do with the design? There was a wise man, certainly not like me, but like many of you sitting out there. He came to a village, and in that village there was a little notorious, handsome kid, and he had the habit of playing with everybody. So this man, wise man, had the answer for everyone. The kid told, because of this man, my importance is gone in the village. Nobody is looking at me. Everybody is going to the man. I need to gain attention again. You know what he does? He decides, I will go to that man, talk to that man, and prove to him that he's not wise. This guy carried a small little sparrow, a live sparrow in his hand. Walked up. The wise man was sitting. Generally in India, wise man sit like this. Walked up to the mountain and told, wise man, I am here. He said, welcome, my child. Are you a wise man? He said, I think so. Answer the question I have for you. I have something in my hand. Tell me it's dead or alive. The child thought in his mind, if he's going to say dead, I'm going to show the sparrow it's alive. And if he says alive, I'm going to twist the neck and tell it, it's dead. He asked the question again, dead or alive? Wise man told, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, the best answer I ever got. He called the kid and told, my child, dead or alive, it's in your hands. So similarly, use or misuse design, technology, psychology, parapsychology, emotions, fun, happiness. It's in your hands. Thank you so much.